These are the top 10 biggest mistakes I see traders make. If you correct these simple mistakes, you will find yourself becoming much more profitable. Trading with emotions. I think most traders lose money because they can't keep their emotions out of trading. People usually get into a trade based off of logic, but when the trade goes against them, their emotions tend to do the thinking. Remember, the market doesn't care that you need to make money to pay rent or buy a new car. It will do what it's going to do, and you can't make it do anything different. And you can never get back at the market from a previous loss. If you lose money, just say next and move on, and don't focus on the last trade. Another problem most traders have is not having discipline. You need to have discipline if you're going to make it as a trader. You have to be able to stick with your plan and not deviate from it one bit. Being able to use the same principles on every trade. Not having a trading plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. A plan is what's going to keep you out of trouble when your emotions start doing the thinking for you. Just follow the plan no matter what. A trading plan should consist of what to do if I'm right and what to do if I'm wrong, even before I get into the trade. Anytime you start a new plan, begin it on a demo account, and once you've reached a level of success, take your trade to a live account. Changing the trade plan mid-trade. Changing a trading plan mid-trade is usually because of fear. A plan should be based off of statistics that work overall. Not every trade will work out. In my early days of trading career, after entering a trade, I would walk away from the computer after setting my stop and limit orders and just let the trade continue. I used to have a hard time dealing with my emotions and would lose more money because of changing a trade mid-trade than walking away. Sometimes this is the easiest way to make money while building your confidence. Not using proper money management. A lot of traders think it is okay to trade using 20% or more margin. This is one of the biggest mistakes traders make. Being able to live to trade another day has always been my philosophy. I trade on a 5% margin or less. Should you lose 20% on a single trade, then you can only trade 5 trades at 20% margin. But when using a 5% margin, you will be able to trade 20 trades should losses occur. Increasing your commitment with success. Many times while in a winning trade, you'll be tempted to add additional lots to increase profits. But should the market reverse right after, you'll be taking a big loss when you should have been taking home a profit. Staying underneath a 5% margin is critical no matter what. Adding to a losing trade. Many traders will add to a losing position, believing when the market goes back up, they will make much more money. What usually happens is you end up losing much more money. If you are wrong on a trade, just take the loss and wait for another trade. Dollar cost averaging may work well for mutual funds, but not for trading Forex. Setting a stop loss based on a risk tolerance. Many traders will set a stop loss on a risk-reward ratio. A stop should be set to tell you that you were wrong, not on the amount you're willing to lose. The reason to do this is you may set a stop loss too close or too far away, and that's usually based on fear. Using mental stops versus stop loss orders. People tend not to use a stop due to the fear of being stopped out, so they use a mental stop instead. Positioning your stop in the right place will allow your trade to breathe. You will lose much more not using a stop loss than by placing a stop farther away so you don't get stopped out. What usually happens when you use a mental stop loss is you say, just give it some time, it'll come back, and it never does, and you end up losing much more than you should. Over trading your account. Many traders believe they are going to miss a great trade by not being in the market. They have the mentality this next trade is going to make me a lot of money. Have patience. You don't need to trade every day to make profit. I've seen people trade just to be trading, hoping to make money. I don't trade every day, but rather only when I see a profitable trade appearing.